We get comfortable with what is familiar, and then it becomes routine and secondhand nature. So, how do we break the cycle of familiarity? We need to break familiarity in order to grow. That's change. That's what changes. Once you start doing what is unfamiliar, you begin to change because you're breaking free from your understanding of what is comfortability. What is the true meaning of comfort? What is the true meaning of peace? I think sometimes our perceptions of comfort and peace get mixed up. Sometimes what is peaceful is what is familiar, and what is comfortable is what is generational. When you want to grow, you need to change. You need to change the meaning of your familiarity. You need to change what you're familiar to. Instead of being familiar with scrolling, you can be familiar with reading. Instead of being familiar with sitting on the couch, you can be familiar with walking. There's subtle little changes to the lifestyle of familiarity. When you change little differences, you begin to grow, and your expectations begin to grow and change. Perception of yourself begin to grow and expand in a way that you can't understand or perceive if you are just living with familiarity, with your comfort. And sometimes your comfort is laziness. So are you comfortable or are you lazy? Is it peaceful or is it familiar? It's very uncomfortable to change and to grow. But it's up to you to break the cycle. Everything is generational. There's always cycles. There's always patterns. Most things that we do from day to day come secondhand nature because it's habits and thoughts that we've built throughout a whole life that we've gotten so comfortable and used to. When you understand and see that there's a flaw within that thinking or there's a flaw within those little things that you do day by day, there's an acceptance that you need to grow and that you have not met all the standards to expand. And are we ever? I think we're always changing and we're always growing, and every day is a new sense of understanding this life. Change is very uncomfortable because you're doing things that you're not used to doing. You're changing the wiring of your brain. You're changing the wiring of your muscle movements and your muscle memory. You're changing everything within yourself to do one little thing different each day. And that itself brings you to the awareness that you can do so much more than you thought you could do. It opens that cage that you might be lingering in. But it starts with you to decide to make a change every single day for the benefit of yourself and the benefit of your life and your wellness of life. Because we only get one, so why not do something better each day for yourself so that you can feel the full fulfillment of this life? If you don't feel content with where you're at, I think it's up to you to break the cycle. If you don't feel content with what you're doing with your life or how you're perceiving your life and yourself, you have probably been given the mantle, the torch, to change the generational pattern, to change the outcourse of things. But it's up to you to make the change, and it's up to you to figure out what that change is and what change you need to make. Once you stay consistent with change and growing and making decisions that are tough to make, once you build that discipline and that consistency, you are gaining a new awareness of yourself and a new awareness of life. From there, you're able to understand everything around you, how it makes sense, how you are the operator of your mind and your body to coincide and work together for the fulfillment of your spirit and your life. So it's up to you to break the cycle, and it starts with the thoughts that you choose to focus on each day and the actions you choose to take within those thoughts. So if anybody tells you that what you're doing seems too far-fetched for you, or that it seems too unpredictable or scary, just remember, you're breaking a pattern and you're carrying the torch. You're breaking the cycle. That's where you need to be.